Thank you for listening and welcome to the Life Podcast, a proud member of the Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. I'm your host, Don Smith. After a long time out of the spotlight, Pandy Kaufman announces his return to comedy, and Uncle Eon stops in for a bit of old-timey advice and utter confusion. If you enjoy the show, like and follow the Life 1069 on Facebook and Don Smith Comedy on Twitter, or tune in live on Wednesdays from noon to 2 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can stream the show live at WWSU1069.org.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
I hit the wrong button. We're back on the live radio show. I never do that. I never mess up when I'm broadcasting. This is just not right. All right, we're back on the live radio show. I'm your host, Don Smith. We're going to start off the kind of the top of the hour. It's kind of just over the peak of the hour, so it's not really the top anymore. But I'm going to go ahead. I have a handful of tickets to Wiley's Comedy Club. And if you want to call 775-5555, you can get a couple tickets. These are good to the end of the year. We have some great shows coming up. We have Pat Godwin's coming up this weekend. I believe we have Chris Bowers the weekend after that, and then Melissa McQueen the final weekend of the year, who's absolutely fabulous. She was in the studio back in August. So if you want to call 775-5555, or if you want to run past the studio window and knock on the door and stop by, I will hand you tickets to go to a show at Wiley's Comedy Club sometime by the end of the year. All right. That being said, we're going to go ahead and continue on. My next guest is in the studio with me. I have not seen him in a while, and it's really good to have him back in. Pandy Kaufman.
Thank you very much. It's great to be back and out of the zoo, you know.
Yeah. So how have things been going? I haven't seen you on stage anywhere. Have you still been working on material, or?
Well, I kind of quit comedy after a while, you know. I don't know if you saw that. I made this big vent on Facebook about how I wanted to quit comedy, and you know that only lasts like 3 months.
The desire to quit only lasts 3 months? Or?
Well, you know, that's what I noticed is that everybody's comics all like, I quit, and then 3 months back, they're back later.
Yeah, that's true. I have seen that a lot.
Yeah.
They'll quit and come back.
Yeah, that's so I tried that to see if I could get booked that way, and it worked out. I got Cat's Lounge on February 20th. I can't wait. Mike booked me, and
well, yes, because Scotty Mays quit comedy, and his comeback was to win funniest person in Southeast Kettering contest.
Yeah, well, I don't like contests. Generally, I'm a pretty passive species.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know, but people forget that. That kind of annoys me. You know, they're always like, hey, there's a panda. I want to hug him. I want to come up and snuggle with him. And they keep forgetting one detail. You know what that detail is, Don?
I'm sure you're going to tell us.
I'm a bear.
That's
these claws.
People do forget that a lot because everybody just thinks pandas are cute and cuddly.
Well, I am, but still, I can't resist my instincts when some little bedwetter jumps the fence, and then I don't want to be the next Harambe.
That's true. We don't want to do a pandy campaign.
No.
You know.
Yeah, so I got to just kind of sit there, and they're always yelling at me. You know, as kids yell at me all day. That's why I'm so glad to be out there, like, you know, and I just say, shut up, you little bedwetters. I don't even know Kung Fu.
I bet you do get that question a lot.
I hate
it.
And
to me, that's kind of racist, just to assume.
It's speciesist, I think.
Well, that too.
That's what it is. It's speciesist.
Yeah.
So it's a problem. You know what I had for dinner last night?
Bamboo
sticks. Guess what I had every night this week this far? Bamboo sticks.
That's got to get old.
You know how much fiber is in that?
A lot.
I'll tell you right now.
When's the
bathroom break?
Well, you'll have to hold it together for a little while.
Well,
longer,
and I know
'cause,
it doesn't matter which one I go in, I guess.
Well, yeah, that's I don't think we have species specific
Yeah.
bathrooms.
Great.
Yeah.
I like it.
So yeah, you can go.
Well,
Well, I won't say anywhere.
I
You
do
know, because
have,
we don't actually have like you have at the zoo. We don't actually have people to come in and clean in that detail. I mean, they would, I suppose, if we called them, but it's not. It's
well,
not their normal routine.
I'm pretty neat when I can be. But one thing, I would not ever use a bathroom with a 3-toed sloth. I have no use for those things.
Really?
Yeah,
Really? Because that surprises me. I did not know that
Got
you,
no
in a
use.
way, were speciesist as well.
I'm I try to not be a very bigoted animal, but I do not like, just look at me. Does it look like you can't, what color am I? I don't even know
Yeah.
what. how
Well,
to
yeah,
fill out the form.
like the King of Pop used to say, it doesn't matter if you're black and white, and you're a little of both.
I'm a little bit both, but I do gotta say my tolerance just goes to 0 with 3-toed sloths, and I wouldn't use a bathroom after one of them anyhow because it takes so long.
Yeah, I was going to say they would take a while.
They
in
grow
there.
mold on themselves for crying out loud. That's how they refuse to apply themselves.
Yeah, that's they have a lot in common with the potheads. I think.
I don't
They're
know.
just kind of
I'm more of an opium guy.
Well, yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Because
So,
you have to go with what's in your natural habitat.
Not opium, the old stuff with the pipe.
Right. Yeah,
But,
yeah. You're
but it's
you're
illegal.
old school panda. That's
I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
yeah. But hey, that's just some memories from it. I never even smoked it. The smell recognizes me, and reminds me of my grandpa. That's it. He smelled like opium.
So why was it that you decided to take a break from comedy? Was it just was it just in order to get booked more?
Yeah, that's it. I love comedy, but I just, I see other comics. What they do is I figured it out. It's formulaic. You quit comedy. You don't just quit comedy. You know how you really quit comedy? You go away quietly. That's how you just say, I'm done. And that's how other.
Well, yeah,
comics,
when you go out and post it all over social media, you're just doing that for attention.
But yeah, and I've got a page. Go to Pandy Kaufman. Look it up. It's just like Pandy, Pandy Kaufman on Facebook. And then I didn't post it on there. Dang, I just said to people, but I still think.
Well, we have a phone call coming in, so I'm going to see who
cool.
we got on the line here.
Yeah.
You're on the air. This is The Life. Hello? Hello? Did somebody disconnect this thing again?
Maybe it's from China.
It could be. And they didn't pay.
What did the caller ID say?
Well, there is no caller ID. I mean,
well, I'm telling you, if you get a call from
I don't think anybody's there. So
okay. Well, hey, if you get
let me
a call,
try this. Is anybody here? No. There's nobody here.
Oh. Well, if you ever get a call from Qingdao City, that's my old.
Where was it?
Qingdao City.
Okay. So you're a city bear. You're a city panda.
Oh, well, the city boundaries go quite out of ways. You start getting into the rice paddies and stuff. That's where I'm from.
Okay, so they go.
I'm pretty rural, but
Okay.
they call it Qingdao City just because it's.
For tax purposes, they just kind of encompass.
I think that there's something to do with tax domains involved in there.
Yeah, I apologize to whoever was trying to call in.
Yeah, it's too bad. I hope it wasn't my cousin or something. He's having a rough time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on with him?
Just aimless. And no one's picked him up yet in terms of like sponsorship or anything. And he's trying to do comedy too, riding my coattails. But I figure as long as he keeps his jokes over there, he can use them. I told him you can use that as long as you don't come over here in the States.
Oh, so he actually performs over in China.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's doing clubs and everything.
Really?
Sushi bars. did the sushi bar the other day. Went pretty good. Told me it went good. Now, the thing is, my jokes aren't funny as over there in Chinese. You know, the translation ain't quite right.
They lose something in the translation.
Something lost in the translation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
I'm happy for him, though. I told him you should quit comedy and come back 3 months later. That'll really light your career up.
Yeah, that's true. It would, because I have noticed that a lot. But like you said, don't quit comedy quietly. Just put a see that's what I keep doing. Is I quit for 3-4 months at a time and then come back, but I don't tell anybody.
Yeah,
I think that's where I go wrong, because it's kind of like, I guess it'd be like the forbidden fruit effect, where they don't think they can possibly book you, so automatically they're interested in you.
I think that's the whole thing.
That's brilliant.
I mean, who else gets booked on Cat's Lounge? You know, like. That's a pretty tough ticket to get booked on that show.
It is. I haven't been there, and I haven't been able to get on there in a while.
Are you out of it? You banned?
No, I haven't been banned from there.
Okay.
But, I mean, I figure if they ban me, who knows, a year from now I might own the place.
It could happen. Yeah.
Stranger things have occurred.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that. I think I heard of that somewhere.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's one of those weird anomalies of life. If I got banned from more places, I might be a business tycoon.
Yeah.
By now.
By the way, you know, I know you're associated with Wiley's, but if you go to the Wiley's Sunday Comics page, guess whose picture's up there?
Mm-hmm. That is true. That is true. Pandy Kaufman is still that's right. the poster child for Wiley's Sunday Comics.
That's right.
Or the poster panda. Sorry.
Letting people know that they could. And the funny thing is, everybody now, they're like, I got to come
would
up.
that be poster cub?
Whatever. I'm a little too old to be a cub, but I'm very flattered that you would say that.
Well, you've really aged well, because I mean, I've known you for a few years, and I really can't tell how old you are, and I'm not going to venture a guess.
Fur don't crack. Fur don't spur. Something like that. We got to come up with that.
Yeah, there's something that fur doesn't do. I don't know.
You know, that's a real nice pen you got there.
The Weber Jewelers pen. Yeah. There was I'm pretty sure, because Mike Canistero was in the studio just before you got in.
Yeah, he booked me. Love the guy.
Oh, he booked you on the show.
Yeah. Cat's Lounge, he reached out to me. Actually came and visited me.
Really?
Yep. Snuck me a Big Mac. Love the guy.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a good dude, but he had a Pilot G2.
Never heard of it.
Fantastic.
I'll have to give it a try. Don't write
really,
much.
Yeah. We spent a couple minutes talking about how well those write.
Oh, this thing right here?
That thing right there, yeah.
I can't.
It's, I guess with bear claws, it is kind of hard to
tough.
hold.
I can't even write that much. It's hard to do jokes this way, you know. You have to remember everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, because you can't write anything down.
That's why I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm getting an opportunity. Humans got a lot of advantage doing comedy. You know? Yeah. I can do comedy naked, though. There you go.
That's true. That's because that's one advantage you have over humans.
I do.
We can't do that.
I mean,
I get a lot of laughs naked, but that's just in privacy of my own home.
I get laughs while I'm naked, but no one's really focusing on how I'm naked. But yeah, I'll be performing naked at Cat's Lounge on February 20th. I got to plug the show.
So nobody's ever mentioned that to you. Nobody's ever.
No one said I had to wear anything.
Wow.
I mean, hey, we're public people. No, public, animals, and we're on display all the time naked. You ever think about how many naked animals?
That's true. There's a lot of nudity at your
local
local
nudist
zoo.
Colony. The zoo.
Yeah, I never really considered that.
There ain't
no
modesty.
That is absolutely correct.
Well, I got a little teeny alcove that I can do my business under, like bathroom business. And I got to kind of hide back there behind a rock. But boy, that's a tough thing. That's why I don't get stage fright.
Huh.
I poop in front of people.
Well, yeah, I guess that would kind of, you do that all day long. You don't really have to worry about stage fright. You do just about anything.
I mean, if you could poop in front of people, you could do comedy in front of people. For some people, it's the same thing. Like, plunger guy. Jeez.
Yeah, that's, I forgot. I always forget about plunger.
I watched his act and I'm like, I'd like to unclog this whole routine. That's what I thought.
Oh, yeah, his,
I like how he came back and did it again. He's like, you know what I need? More plungers.
That's true.
Like,
That's true. Yeah.
Started it with a couple plungers. Now I need 8 of them.
Right. Well, yeah. You always have to when a bit works.
Yeah.
You just
Make
need
it
more
bigger.
of it.
Yeah, I don't think it worked, but
Yeah.
hey, you know how sometimes the plunger don't work?
Sometimes it doesn't.
He needs a
sometimes
snake.
Sometimes you just got to call a plumber in.
That routine needs a snake. That's all I'm saying. Needs a
Yeah,
roto-rooter.
something venomous,
It
actually.
needs a venomous roto-rooter snake in that thing.
See, I try not to discourage people from finding new ways to get laughs, and if something gets a laugh, okay, try it. But there are some things that are
There are
kind of
some
hacky.
things when you need to discourage the hell out of it.
That's one of the things about being is associated with Wiley's as I am.
Yeah.
Is occasionally I get messages from comics, and it's always a frustrating thing at 11:30 on a Sunday night when you get a message from a guy that's done 2 open mic shows asking you what you thought of his set. And it's I try not to be discouraging, but then again
I can be as discouraging as I want.
I think I envy you for that.
Yeah, I understand. You're doing a good thing.
For one, you run around naked in the zoo all day. You can actually moon children, and nobody can say anything.
I know, and actually, I try to do it.
Exactly. I mean, if I had that ability, and there was some little
Bedwetter?
irritating, little bedwetter as you call them, right there, I would have a hard time not pressing my cheeks up against the glass.
Yeah, I like to stick them right
Now,
up
is there a glass barrier with you? Because, I mean, you're a bear, so, I mean, is it a thick glass barrier? Or
I got 2. I can go out in the open, and I can go behind glass. And sometimes, you know what I like to do to the little kids? Sometimes I'll go behind the glass, and then the kids will come right up, and I'll just go into one of my routines where I'm just like, I ate his liver with some fava beans. And then put my face right up against it, and then the kids run. Sometimes I see a little wet spot develop there.
That's
really
awesome. Well, yeah, because
satisfying.
you have to remind them at a young age that you are a bear.
That's what I have bits about that in my routine. If you look at my card, when I put it up on the stool, it's basically, 3 things. I'm a bear, hit sloths, hate sloths, and something else I forgot. I got to polish it up when I quit. I forgot. Bamboo shoots.
Well, yeah, when you quit for even when you quit for 3 months, just as a publicity quitting.
Yeah.
Then you still kind of put your material on the back burner. And that's the problem I have.
The problem I have is just basically we got no sex drive. I don't know. That's the other thing. That's they keep trying to hook me up.
I was going to ask you about that. I didn't know if I should get that personal.
It's just they're like, hey, what do you think of Amanda Panda over here? She likes you, and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't got any desire to reproduce. And then everybody puts more pressure on it.
Is there any reason particular? I mean, is it the fact that you kind of look alike? Is that really what?
That's the one thing is, I'm like, it's like I'm looking in the mirror and you want me to do that? Seems just kind of weird.
That would be creepy.
I feel the same way about Canada geese. Like, how's a goose not cheat on its spouse? Like, not just by accident. They all look the same.
That's true. I mean, well, even penguins. Penguins are they mate for life, and they all look. Yeah. I mean, well, to you and I, they do. I know that's a little speciesist.
Yeah,
it's even speciesist for me to assume that all pandas look the same to you, who are a panda.
You know what? We got different spot patterns and stuff, and at least we got that. I'm glad I'm not a polar bear. We all look like the same.
That's true. That's true.
The cold. I'd hate the cold.
Is it the scent? Is that how you tell each other apart?
Yep.
Okay?
Oh, I don't like her scent. I just don't like, just like something kind of musky about her. Don't really care for it.
She's a bear.
Yeah. I got to get, my shrink says I got to start becoming more positive about myself. And one thing, I'm glad I'm not a polar bear. because I would hate to see my whole home just melt away.
That would be bad. Yeah.
I mean,
but what about human encroachment? You know, the just the constant industrialization of your home country.
Yeah. Well, you know,
because I mean that's a similar situation to the polar ice caps melting. So you might be in a similar situation as the polar bear and just not realize it.
Look, you know, don't try to think you can see things through my eyes, okay? Like, I would love to be back in my... You think I want to live in a 10 by 20 prison cell all day? I'm glad Mike or whoever sneaks me out to, you know, Cat's Lounge. I'm sorry, I vented there.
That's okay. That's okay. At
least I didn't break a chair.
That's true. It
Mike
could be
broke
worse.
a chair earlier. I know
well, Mike does have. He has a temper. Most people haven't seen that.
That was the other podcast. You have to go and watch that one.
Yeah.
Listen to that one. I don't know. Same thing.
The other what other? There is no other podcast.
The earlier version. Whatever.
Oh, okay. The previous episode. Yeah.
They teaser for you there. See, book.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you're listening to Eventide Entertainment, it's all the same show.
You know, did you book me on this show because I quit?
Yes, I did. I reached out to Mike because he's the only one that I'm aware of that knows how to get in touch with you. So I had to reach out to Mike because I hadn't seen you in so long. I was kind of concerned.
It worked.
Yeah.
Twice over.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent strategy.
Yeah. And I was going to make this the Christmas episode, but then, you know.
Well, you know, we don't, you know, we're mostly Buddhist, but that's okay.
Yeah. So it wouldn't have worked for you.
So. No, I'm tolerant of inclusive of all the holidays that make people run and buy presents and promote materialism, and so they can fill their empty souls with objects and make like this pen.
See, that's
feel better.
That's what I love about you. You've just gotten American culture so well. You've blended right in.
I believe we're kind of. I'm not trying to be arrogant.
And you realize that most of the products that we're buying in the United States anymore are made in China.
Yep, including those pens. I think I'm pretty much down. I grew up next to a factory, and the resin smell. Whew, the plastic mold, everything.
Yeah, that would be rough. That would be. Because, I mean, there are areas of Dayton that probably remind you of home driving through.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. I need to be more positive.
That's okay.
My shrink keeps telling me that. I should just be glad that I'm here with you, Don, entertaining the people of the Wright State University here and the podcast. And maybe some of my family out in China will stop hating on me so much because of my success.
Yeah. Is that why they hate on you? You've had so much success as a comic?
Yeah. They don't even talk to me anymore.
Now, is it your cousin?
No, my cousin's a kind of I was going to say a black panda. Now, black sheep kind of panda of the family. He and I get along because we're both comics. We go against the grain of society. But I haven't talked to, my mom in years. She used to switch me with a bamboo stick.
A bamboo switch.
Yeah.
Wow, that's rough.
It was.
That's like getting caned.
Actually, that's what they call
literally
it.
Getting caned.
Yeah, it was getting caned.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm going to cane you
with your dinner because you probably had to eat it after that too.
That's the thing is I don't want that's even double whammy.
Yeah,
because you get smacked on the butt with it. How clean is that? That's not clean. That's not.
No,
it
is
food.
Not very sanitary to eat a
safety.
switch you just got whipped with.
Yeah. But there you go.
See, my mom used a one of the Hot Wheels plastic tracks from time to time, and I'm glad I didn't have to eat that afterward.
Those were made right down the road from me too.
Yeah, I'm sure they were.
Yeah,
because but this would have been back in the 80s, and I'm pretty sure by then we pretty much stopped producing anything here in the States.
That's true. So. That's all we do is send plastic on these big old cargo ships, and off it goes to you guys, so you can play with it and get whipped with it or whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
No, all right. Circle of life, I suppose.
Yeah, that's the way it tends to go. I think we're going to have to take a break.
Well,
it's not telling me to or anything. I just think it's time to take a break.
I don't blame you. I just want to say shish for having me on.
I think we can say that on the air. I'm not sure.
Is thank you in Chinese.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So that should work then. People are tapping on the window.
Done.
Do you get people tapping on your window in the zoo all the time?
Yeah. Yep.
That's what I feel like right now.
That's when I do
We're like in this big glass bubble. People are tapping on the window right now.
Are there people back there? I'm afraid to look.
Oh, there've been a lot of people have come by and taken looks. There've been a few pictures taken.
Oh my!
So
goodness.
Well, we've been. You're always a hit when you come on the show. I will tell you that.
That's what the 3 months going away did.
There you go. And they heard you were going to be on the show, so they have to stop by the window.
I see that. I'm afraid to look around. I guess. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Now, to whoever tried to call into the show, if you were calling in to get tickets, you can try calling again. If you can't get through, because I'm not sure if the phone's working here or not. I'm going to talk to the. What just happened? I'm going to talk to the. Why did that stay on? See, that's weird. Okay, there it went.
We made those.
There's all kinds of problems with the board today.
Yep.
But if you're still have trouble calling in at 775-5555 to get tickets to Wiley's, you can always email the life1069@gmail.com. I will give a pair of tickets to the first 2 people that email the life1069@gmail.com. And you can try calling in too, and I'll give one if you call in. So we're going to take a quick break. I have some more old school Pottersfield. I'm not playing any of the stuff from Brutal Presence today. This is called Beating Heart, and we will be back here shortly.
Crawling underneath my skin, I felt you when you let yourself in. Breathe now, you have conquered me. I feel your beating heart inside of me. You burn me right inside. Fever does not have a cure. You're like a drug in alcohol. A raging fire inside of me. For you I am down on my knees. You burn me right inside. Take
Here's this weekend's Comedy Rundown, brought to you by the legendary Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in Dayton's historic Oregon District. Call 224-JOKE or go to wileyscomedy.com for all the best in Dayton comedy. We only have 2 shows this weekend as far as I know. Friday and Saturday, December 22nd and 23rd. Ms. Pat is going to be at the Dayton Funny Bone at 88 Plum Street at the Green, and Chris Bowers is going to be at the legendary Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in Dayton's Oregon District. That is it. As always, check out wileyscomedy.com and DaytonFunnyBone.com for details and tickets to upcoming shows, and have a safe and happy holiday.
There's a reason they call them lazy Sundays. There's nothing better than sitting around and enjoying the comforts of a good book. But what book should that be? Well, every Sunday, Eventide brings you The Bookseller, hosted by Jessica Gillen. Each week, Jessica breaks down a different book and tells you everything you need to know before cracking it open and getting lost in a whole new world. Tune in every Sunday for The Bookseller with Jessica Gillen, brought to you by Eventide Entertainment.
All right, we are back on the Life Radio Show. Pandy Kaufman had to leave. He was due back for a show, I guess, at the zoo. Pandy's always great to have on the show. That's why you got to get out to Cats and see a panda at Cats, which is a little confusing. I'm going to have to adjust your mic.
Mike.
Uncle Eon.
Yes.
Uncle Eon has come in place of Pandy Kaufman now.
Yep.
And it's always good to see Uncle Eon on the show. He's got some good stories. What have you been up to? Because I haven't seen you in quite a long time.
I wanted to let everybody know that I'm quitting comedy.
Really? For 3 months?
I think that seems a bit long. I think maybe more like a couple weeks. I'm going to quit comedy.
Just a couple weeks?
Yeah, so I'm going to quit comedy so I can get booked.
You know what also helps to get booked is to just constantly contact people that book shows.
Oh, I did that. You did it. You know what I did? And this lady on a thing got mad at me. I was on one of the comic groups on Facebook or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
And then what I did is I just thanked her. I said, "Hey, I like to kiss you." I don't want to say where, but I did. She got all mad at me.
Really?
Yeah, and she kicked me off the group or told me stuff. And then I don't understand. I'm just trying to get a book, do some comedy.
Yeah, that seems a little harsh when all you wanted to do was thank her.
Well, my father, rest his soul. He was in the business of alterations of children's clothes, and he said you've got to be aggressive in this business. Any business like comedy, you have to just be as you can't. You got to make them book you so that they'll stop having to listen to you. That's why you book. That's why you book. The guy who
I don't even have a response. That's so brilliant. I don't even have a response.
I'm glad that I was, and I was just looking outside that window to just get on the show, and I'm glad that filthy animal, had to leave because to see what happened. Persistence gets you places, and now I can tell everybody that I'm quitting comedy for 2 weeks so that I can get booked on some shows. Letterman would be a good show for me to get booked on.
I think you're ready.
I would love to get booked on Carson.
Carson? Yeah, that would be awesome.
With those curtains. I love that. And that Ed McMahon guy just cracks me up.
Because I've heard some of your material, and it would be a great fit for Carson.
Yeah. And you know what? People always are like, hey, you stole jokes. You stole that joke out of the joke book. And I'm like, you don't know. You know how old I am there, you young little buckaroo? I wrote the joke in the joke book from 1920. I didn't steal the joke.
I was going to say, you wrote the joke for Henny Youngman when he was just starting out.
The book stole from me. I'm not stealing jokes out of a book. The book.
Did you ever try to sue? Any kind of Or did you have proof that you had it out there first? Because there weren't a lot of recording devices back then.
I don't know. I lost my will to sue. I thought about suing so many people. Like the people who say bad things about me. Everybody make fun of me on, Twitbook or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, then they make fun of me and I want to sue them, but I don't know where to go with it. I have a public record of them making fun of me, and I don't know what damages I could say that I was.
Well, there's got to be some, since it's actually written online, it's got to be some kind of libel suit.
I think one of the things that I'm losing my edge is because my wife no longer wants to make love to me because she's dead.
That would put a damper on your love life.
Almost shut it down to nothing.
Yeah, almost. Well, I'm glad that you're still getting some.
Yeah, and I'm glad to see those ashes over there because I take a little bit of her with me everywhere I go. I have it in my pocket. I try to divvy it up a little bit each show and sprinkle a little bit on the stage. They don't know. I just drop it out there.
It's like having her in the audience with you.
Yes,
yeah.
I have a little pocket with a little hole in it, and I sprinkle it out like Andy Dufresne in Shaw Redemption, Shank Shaw Redemption.
Yes, yeah.
And then that's what I do. And to remember that she died a horrible death in a factory tour accident where she fell into a steaming hot vat of raspberry preserves. And that's just, I wish she could have fell into apricot. That was her favorite.
Yeah, that would have been.
They say that, it was an accident, but I maintain she was pushed. She was pushed, but that's another thing I can't. There's no record of that, like all these comics making fun of me.
So were you there when
the
alleged pushing occurred?
No, but I heard about it. And she was, there on the Smuckers, J.M. Smuckers factory tour. I think it wasn't Smuckers. It was one of the other brands.
Yeah, I might have to bleep that out because I'm not sure if we wanted
Can we
to
bleep it out?
a national
Here,
bleep.
It's a bleep.
Yep, thanks for the bleep.
Okay.
Well,
Can you go back and do it? Bleep?
Yeah,
we're on a
I'll
10-second
edit that,
delay.
and I'll go back and bleep.
Yeah, bleep. Bleep.
Bleep.
It's kind of fun.
Perfect. Yeah, you found a new pastime.
I think I do. But we're on a 10-second delay. So say I say a bad word now. I'm not going to say it in case it doesn't work, but I say bad word. And then you just wait. 10, 9, 7, 4, 3, 1, bleep.
I don't think it quite works that way because just just have you counting, and that's it. I mean, technology does great things.
Okay,
we can't quite bend the rules of time and space yet.
How about this? Boop.
That'll work much better. That's yes.
Okay. Boop.
Okay. All right. Let's settle down.
I'm sorry. I get excited. I like comedy.
I understand. Comedy is it's in your blood.
It is. It is. I'm type C for comedy.
Yeah.
C positive.
C positive.
C negative?
Because no negative comedy. I can tell that about you.
All C positive.
Yeah. Well,
Matter of fact, that's
going to
be my album's title. C positive.
You're working on an album? Or?
I'm going to when I get done with this 2-week hiatus and everybody books me.
That's true, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And then what I'm going to do is I don't know whether to call it C positive, and I need to find a nice cover photo with railroad tracks in the background. Me with railroad tracks, on the railroad tracks, and a train coming right for me. I'll jump out of the way, don't worry. But then, or I think I could maybe call it boop. Boop.
That would be a good album
because if
cover
bleep don't work, I said boop.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a kind of a funny word, boop.
Yeah.
That's why Betty Boop was so funny.
She wouldn't have been popular if it was like Betty Jones or something.
And she was sexy for a cartoon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Boy. I mean
most people don't remember her now, but
Betty Boop was. Yeah. I mean, she has a nice figure, and I told her one time. No, she's fake. My bad.
Yeah, that's all right.
Terrible.
All right.
Boop. Boop.
This has turned into like Delicious Dish today or something.
Yeah.
Not Betty Boop, but
she was
just the show.
Dish.
It's that level of excitement.
And
that's what you bring. That's what Uncle Eon brings.
Uncle
with
Eon, it does. I bring it. I bring the thunder.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
look, the comedy bookers out there, there's probably all of them listening right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You want some C positive type comedy with boop positive comedy. I got it.
Boop
I got
positive.
It.
That's your album title right there.
Boop positive.
Boop positive.
Boop positive,
Yeah.
C positive. Not Hep C positive.
No, you don't want
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I
you
got
don't
a
want
shot
that. Don't want
for that.
that.
I got a shot for that. I think I had Seborrhea.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it itches like crazy, but I got a shot to go take my Seborrhea, psoriasis,
Something,
gonorrhea.
that sounds, well, I don't know. I just,
Syphoria,
I think we're going off on a tangent somewhere.
Syphoria.
Syph-
I had
okay.
Syphoria. I don't want to say how I got it. Syphoria. I was syphoritic. Boop.
It's syphilis.
Yes, I'm serious about my
Serious,
syphilis.
Yeah,
Yes.
serious syphilis.
Yeah, you got some ruffling some papers there, young man.
I'm going to see if there is a good fitting news story for you.
Okay, yes.
Because, and there has to be. There absolutely has to be.
Okay.
But it's a matter of finding it. Oh, here's something old.
Okay.
Well, we kind of have to go with the theme here. You know, we went
Okay.
with.
I
didn't find anything.
I will
for-
tell you
for
right now,
Pandy, but-
I'm experienced. I'm not old. I'm experienced.
well, this is more of a lesson on how things are used to be made,
Yes.
and I'm sure you realize that things used to be made so much better.
Don't get me
You know,
started.
things
on
were
that.
made to last. So we'll go ahead and start. When Ross Shattuck puts up the lights on his Christmas tree at his home, he takes pride in the fact that they are a decade older than he is.
Awesome.
Even more incredible, not a single bulb has been changed. The 38-year-old Shattuck lives in Plymouth, England, and says his mom bought the lights back in 1969 for a whopping £3, the equivalent around $58 in 2017. Although the lights came with a spare set of bulbs, Shattuck says he never needed to replace them, according to the British news agency Southwest News Service. By comparison, he bought some LED Christmas lights 2 years ago for around $25, and they're already on the fritz.
Yes.
That is how things used to be made.
Rugged. They used to make things rugged. Things were so much different back then. And tickety boo to that man for one thing. Just
Exactly,
capital
exactly.
idea. Don't we live in a society now where these children running around with these LED or DT displays, HDLT, LED, GBT displays, and that I'm surprised they don't have more seizures because they just boop, 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 bleep, bleep. And then now when we were kids, we used to play outside and we used to do this thing where you get a guy around the waist like a Heimlich and then you let go and you pass out and then we'd poke him in the genitals. And it was fun. There's nothing. We went outside.
And they don't have games like that. Now it's called bullying.
And then
I think.
it was all conceptual. They all agreed to it. And then and then you'd wake up, and the winner was the one who was the most sore when you woke up. Like,
That
I'm
was the
very
winner.
sore. Yes, well, I mean, it was a kind of a, who's the tougher guy?
So who could take more?
Who
before
could take more
passing out?
poking?
Yeah.
And then
gotcha,
now,
gotcha.
what are the kids doing? They're just booping and bleeping on their booping thing. And then I feel sorry for them. They probably just atrophy into shriveled up looking sort of things like the alien that poked me.
Oh.
But that's a different story.
Yeah, that'll have to be for another show.
Yeah,
Because
I
this
mean,
is kind of
that
the,
was,
this is the
they-
Christmas light episode.
They
I
didn't,
guess.
the thing is, you want to say that healthcare is expensive. Just get captured by aliens. You'll find out you have polyps. They'll find out.
Really?
They'll
let
find
you
out.
know? Did they take care of them, or did they just say, "Hey,
I couldn't quite.
you got some issues"?
I
back
didn't
here.
quite understand how they spoke. They had like a little mouth on the end of their palm of their hand, and it just kind of thing. It was very, very uncomfortable. And then you just take it, and it'd have a suction cup, like, and then they just slurp things up.
Really?
And but it
Well,
was
that would
all
be
kind of
handy because you could hold your plate and just tip it up into your hand.
yeah. And
That'd
what
be-
happened is that they went in there and checked me out, and then they said, "Okay, you look like you had a couple polyps," and we removed them, and then
Oh, so they did remove them.
Yes, and then what happened is
that
I-
saved you a bundle, right?
I
there.
woke up in the middle, and everybody was around me. There was lights, and they all had these masks on. And then you go outside, and there's people sitting in chairs waiting to go get the same treatment. And then they had a taxi cab kind of pod ship that took me right back home. It was
Really?
called one of the Bad Samaritan. I forgot what the name of the spaceship was, but it's over on by the Art Institute.
So it's actually parked over there.
Yes, and then they have a place where if they will, you can come in. They get people flashing lights and stuff, and then they wheel them in like if you're really in bad shape.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So
And then-
so they'll actually like go to your house in this craft with the flashing
Yes,
lights.
yes, and that's when
people
I was
come out and
abducted.
put you onto this little
A gurney.
like a rolling
A
like
rolling
a gurney
thing, and
kinda,
then
yeah.
the aliens come in with all sorts of suction cups, and they put you to sleep. They're very nice about that, and then they say, "Okay."
Well, yeah, because you wouldn't want to be awake for for an anal probe. Well, maybe
It was
but you-
what
you know.
they come by and they say, "Okay, you looked pretty good. We'll see you again next year."
So this is a recurring thing.
Yeah,
this is
I
what they
plan-
say.
They told me that the spaceship won't come get me every time. It's expensive for them, so I should just go there.
Oh, okay. So
Yes,
wow. So you actually have a way to get to.
I had to pay for it too.
Oh, really?
It was
really?
yeah. I don't know when they're going to
Because
send me a bill.
thought I thought they took care of that.
I would
just out
think
of
so
the-
too, because I don't know how to do the currency exchange between
I
dollars.
thought they took care of that just like to be to be good Samaritans or something.
Yeah, I think they had a grand view. I got to tell you that. But the thing is that I think what happened is they're like, well, we'll send you something. I don't know how
I
it gets
would have
there.
thought they had a south view actually.
They could actually, or they had a south view too, but they could just teleport it into my mailbox, and then I open up a bill. Now I don't know how to translate between dollars and ramyalaks.
They charge
That's
in
their currency. Ramyalaks.
Okay, well there may be if you Google. Have you
Ramamulaks.
Googled Ramamulaks?
You can do the currency. I think
currency
it's
exchange?
last I checked, it was 0.01 ramamulaks.
Are you
Per dollar?
okay? You seem a little choked up. Is that? Are we gonna have to call them to get you in the
No.
in their little
No,
craft?
I don't
or-
go till next year, and then they
Oh,
do
okay,
another one.
okay.
They do another one. I think it was 0.05 ramamulaks. Boop.
Boop.
Some of the machines went boop.
Did they? Did
Yeah.
they? Well, yeah. I'd imagine there's a lot of things that went when you were in there. We just couldn't keep it together.
Ah, it's fine. I'm glad. See, this is the kind of C+ comedy I do. That was a real story. That was story.
Well, yeah. That sounds like
That
it
was
very
real. That was
yeah.
real. That was real, and it's real.
Because I
uncomfortable.
actually know lots of people that were abducted and never actually returned,
yes,
and that's
Oh.
a frightening thing. 'cause-
they drink the Ramamulans. They drink barium. They make me drink it before I go see them on their spaceship.
Is that like an atmospheric kind of thing?
I think
where
they
you,
say
in order for
it
you
helps-
to breathe in their
no?
environment?
They say it helps the probe.
Okay. Okay.
And then I tell you what, I was busy the rest of the afternoon after that thing. Oh,
yeah. Kept you up
oh yeah.
or kept you down?
Kept me at everything. It held me down, and there's booping noises, and then I wake up in the middle of like a twilight kind of thing, and then they roll me over and keep going more. They say, "One more turn, Uncle Leon." And
So they refer to you as Uncle too? Is that
I told them and they said they came
okay.
out. This lady came out, and like whatever. It's kind of like a place where everybody waits to be abducted. And she had a clipboard, and she's like, "Is your real name Uncle?" And I said, "Yeah." Actually, and that's one of the funny things. People say, "Uncle Leon, who's Uncle?" That's actually my name.
really? They
Uncle.
named you Uncle.
Uncle. My father named me Uncle.
That's wow.
Uncle Leon. Very strange, but
That
God
is
bless him.
strange.
He was up there.
So
watching.
Father Eon named you Uncle Eon.
He named me Uncle Leon. You're crazy. But, hey, well, he did, have a hard time with, the competitive child tailoring business.
Yeah, well,
It's
yeah,
hard
he
to
was
make
busy.
those
Probably
little-
just first thing popped into his mind.
He started with diapers, and you had to adjust them.
We all started. we all
No,
started
but I
with
mean that
diapers,
was
you
his
know.
business. I mean, of course.
Oh, okay, the business
But yeah,
started.
he started with adjusting diapers so that you get the kids. They grow their diapers. You have to let them out.
Really?
But yes.
Well, now they have elastic in some of them, I think. Now.
Oh, things.
Those are
different
the big
now.
boys
Oh, things are
pull-ups, though.
different
That's-
now,
yeah.
and it's not
Well,
like when we
yeah,
used to
things
pass
are all
each other
different,
out
yeah.
and poke each other in the genitals. Not
So
like
you were-
that at all. Not at all.
Yeah, so he actually would adjust. He would let out cloth diapers.
There was no money in that back then. So he had to go into little, those little hats with the little propeller on top.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
well, he
little
would have to
propeller
then
beanies,
he would
yeah.
have to do the propeller beanie, and
Now,
like
would he do maintenance? Was there like a maintenance
You have
plan
to
you could buy with
lubricate
that?
those
He
things.
would come by and lubricate your
yeah, a
propeller.
little bit. It'd be like you go on the highway and you see those whirly gigs now, and that some of them aren't turning because of the high maintenance costs. Not different with a beanie propeller.
Well, you don't. It's never good when a beanie goes bad.
No beanies. So they were beanie babies.
Yeah.
And
he kind of started that. Just
I
like
think
all the
that he
jokes in those
didn't-
books are from you
I
originally.
didn't. If
and
I
he
had to,
started the Beanie Babies craze, only it was a whole different.
if I had a do-over, I would trademark that beanie baby.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's big money
different,
right
different
there.
Beanie baby props.
I mean, not so much anymore. They kind of flopped, but there for a while. That was big bucks in the Beanie Babies.
Yes. So
There's an awful lot of alliteration there.
absolutely, but we're artists. We're artists, and we are
Yeah.
sensitive.
Yeah, and it's hard to not.
Alliteration is how I get booked. Just alliterate and alliterate and alliterate.
Yeah.
Same thing every time through
Yeah.
email.
Well, yeah,
direct
I-
message.
And I think I've seen some of your messages, and that's the first thing I thought of was illiterate.
I tell you what. Yeah. I alliterate. I
You
alliterate.
alliterate perfectly.
I illiterate a lot. I fight. I won the war against literacy.
Yeah. Somebody needed to, and
I did.
you defeated literacy better than
this
anybody
is
I've
a
ever
very
seen.
different spaceship, and I'm so thankful that I
It
can come
is.
out here.
But it's been great having you. We're going to have to drop you back off, or
Yeah.
well, you're going to have to find your own way. 'Cause
Oh,
you
I
can go
got-
out in the lobby. They're going to.
I can just wander
around.
around a bit, and then
Yeah.
I find my my town car, my Lincoln Town car in the park.
Yeah.
It's got a hood ornament. It's green. It sticks right out.
A green hood ornament.
Green.
Is it a Christmas thing or?
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
little
okay.
Christmas tree. I just you screw it off and boop right back on with a boop with another boop
That's
Boop.
awesome. That's awesome.
boop.
Well, I appreciate you coming
Thank
in.
you so
It's
much,
been
young
great
man.
seeing you again.
And I'm
sad
gonna
to
be at-
hear that you're quitting comedy, but I'm glad
Well,
that it's only for a
I was
couple
just
weeks.
going to say, so how's Thursday at the club this week? Can I do some time?
Send me a message.
I'll send you
send me a
my-
message Sunday night at 11:30.
I just put it on your yes. Okay, 11:30.
11:30.
I'll write this down.
11:30 Sunday night.
I wonder if I could use
Just
this
as
pen.
just as I'm getting ready to go to bed.
This is a nice pen.
Starts at, that is a Pilot G2.
Pilot G2.
Yeah, it's
I'm glad that
fantastic. It's so much better than my Weber Jewelers pen.
I'm glad he left.
They should specialize in jewelry and stay out of the pen business because
Oh,
it's
don't
not
get-
terrible, but it's nowhere
not.
near the quality
This is very
of a Pilot
smooth.
G2.
It's smooth.
Yeah,
like
it's got a great action. It really
I
does.
like action.
Yeah,
Everybody does. Who doesn't like action?
everybody loves action.
Yeah, I like
All right,
action.
Uncle
Thank you,
Eon,
young
it's good to
man.
have you in.
Oh,
I also
thank
want
you
to
so
thank.
much.
Also want to thank Pandy Kaufman. Mike Canistero was in earlier. I want to thank him.
Oh, whatever.
And I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and we will see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to the Life Podcast. Check us out on Eventide Entertainment's Podcast Network. Remember, if you want to listen live, we're on Wednesdays from noon to 2 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can always stream the show live at wwsu1069.org. If you have suggestions or comments for the show, feel free to email us at thelife1069@gmail.com.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
Boop! I'm a bear.